Welcome to Podcasting with Steve. Podcasting with Steve is a video series that describes the different aspects of producing and developing your very own podcast. Why do you want to start a podcast? Well, we are living in the golden age of self-expression. Whether we speak, whether we sing, whether we scribble our ideas on a piece of paper, whether we dance, draw, or doodle, there's a platform out there where we can spread our ideas far and wide. And you know what the best part is? We don't have to ask anybody for permission. So why do you need to start a podcast? Well, what do you do every day? Are you a tax preparer? Could you do a podcast series helping people learn how to save money on their taxes? Are you a software engineer? Could you do a podcast on personal internet security? Or are you a firefighter? Could you do a podcast on home safety? If you answered yes to any of those questions, podcasting is for you. Now, today we're going to talk about podcast hosting sites. The hosting site that I use is called Libsyn, Libsyn. Now, sometimes I get it mixed up, and it sometimes sounds like Lisbon, Portugal, but it's Libsyn, Libsyn. There's a whole lot of different podcast hosting sites. This happens to be the one I chose and the one that works for me. If you find another one you like, by all means, give it a shot. Now, allow me to share my screen, and this is the Libsyn website. Now, when you get to Libsyn, you sign in, username, password, and there is a nominal charge to use Libsyn. It's very affordable, and I think it's well worth it. When you log in, you get to the dashboard. It has some statistics on there. And then when you would like to do a new episode, you go to New, you go to Episode, and then you upload your file. And I'm going to upload a file. And I just uploaded a file that I made specially for today. Let's play this one. Welcome to Podcasting with Steve. I am recording this audio to demonstrate how easy it is to upload our shows onto the Libsyn podcast hosting site. I hope you enjoy. All right. So there it is. I uploaded the sound. Now this could be 16 seconds like this particular reporting. It could be 20 minutes of a podcast. It could be an hour of a podcast, whatever you choose. And what we do is we put the title here. And then it automatically puts the title in a second place. And then we do a little bit of a description. Steve is demonstrating Libsyn. And we can put whatever else we like. Now, depending on what you have in mind for your podcast, you can be clean or you could be explicit. You just have to let people know. And then I put my name as the author. I don't do tags. We can do a category. I do general. We can have a blog page if we like. And then we can upload episode artwork. Now, to find out how to do that, or how to do episode artwork, similar to what I have on my virtual background, there's a Podcasting with Steve episode that describes how I do that through Canva. Then we go down here, and we can publish immediately, or we can schedule the episode. And we can schedule it anytime we want. If I'm traveling and I want to schedule the podcast for next Monday morning, I could say release it next Monday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific time, and it will do that. Or if we're not ready to release it, we could save it as a draft. But when we want to release it, we hit publish. All right, so we've saved this one as a draft. We're happy with it, but we're going to take another look at it. I'm going to show you one that I already released. This one was what I did recently. It's called The Right Side of History, The Life and Career of Johnny Wright, co-pioneer in breaking baseball's color barrier, as told by his daughter. And his daughter is Carlos Wright. So I released this one in February, and I put Carlos's information about the book, where to get it on Amazon, where she could be really reached. And then I also put my contact information if people would like to contact me as a host. This is all the details, published on February 26th by Steve, a full episode, season 1, episode 70. Now you can have different kinds of seasons. You can have 5-episode seasons. So you can do that any way you want. And then it's clean rather than explicit. And it just gives all the details. So that's it. That's all you have to do to get your audio onto the podcast hosting site. So what's next for you? Well, you know what? It's time for you to start a podcast. You have a message that the world needs to hear about, and you can tell the world about it through your podcast. And that way, you will access the golden age of self-expression. And while you're doing that, please like, share, comment, and subscribe so this message can go far and wide. And we'll find that shining needle of common ground in that haystack of fear.